Okay. I hope I'm online. I don't even know. My first live stream. The very first one, folks. Let's see how this is going. I'm going to sketch some study Frazetta. So I got this image. I forget what even it's called here, but it's I think this art has been stolen. They haven't recovered it yet. I always like this character though. It's really cool. Actually, let me see if I'm even on. I don't even know if I'm on. Dan Lowell's channel. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm on. Most underrated channel. Yeah, so far, anyways. We'll see. I just kind of started it, so. Hey, Paulus. All right. You guys, I'm live. Can you believe it? A dorky guy like me drawing comics. Hey, Marcus. How are you doing? So everyone can see me totally screw up a drawing. How's that? Copying of Rosetta. That's a bold move, wouldn't you say? Anybody know the name of this painting? I forgot what the name of it is. But I know it's been stolen, and they have not recovered it yet. Somebody's got it. Isn't that crazy? Dan and Frazetta. Yeah. I wish I'd met him. I was afraid to meet him. I just they don't say don't meet your heroes. I was afraid of that. He seemed like a kind of a tough guy. I was rather intimidated by him. But now I regret it. But it's cool to hear the stories of the guy. The guy is a living legend. I think I'm not going to try to copy this exactly, because if I do, then it's just going to look like a copy of that. I want to see if I can give it my own spin if I can. The only thing I don't like about this picture is that kind of this hand. It looks like kind of like a little, you know what, coming out of his groin there. Maybe not quite, but I am the apparently Bob Ross version of Rosetta. That's probably a good mix, as proclaimed by Andy Smith. Have you guys seen my tutorials? Which ones are working for you? Is there any problems? Let me know what you think of and also ideas. I'm actually kind of running out of ideas a little bit. I mean, I got a few more ideas, but I kind of did a lot of the good ones so far. The important ones. Looks like someone waits on him and is naked. Well, the helmet's heavy. I guess that's a weight. Cross hatching? I'm actually not that great at cross hatching. That's one of my flaws. We got to get Gary Martin in here for that. That you want to learn cross hatching. He's the master inker, not me. I'm a heavy-handed artist. I don't have the touch. I kind of fumble and bumble my way through art, but I get there. You know, this figure actually is kind of weird. Now that I'm looking at it, this leg is going way down here, and the butt is up here, which isn't quite correct. Is Frazetta flawed? Oh my gosh! Oh, I better bring this up. I'm correcting Frazetta. The nerve, the nerve. Egotistical person. Oh my god. All right. You guys see my video on how to draw a male anatomy? I do the halter top thing. I gotta come up with some better names for some of this stuff. The halter top. Okay. It's not bad. Not too bad. I feel like I want to put this hand. I don't know. What can I do with that hand so it doesn't look like a you know what coming out of there? Gonna censor Frazetta. Maybe I'll put his hand up like that. Either way, any way I put it, it's gonna be bad. Hang on a second. Where's my eraser here? Maybe I'll try it. Just move it a little bit better like this. Doesn't look as weird. All right, that face is, it's drawn at a difficult angle. This boat looks pretty cool. I like the boat. Such an amateur, that Frazetta. Yeah, I gotta correct his drawings. Yeah, he's like, you know, if only he had, you know, come to me, I could have shown him a thing or two. It was not meant to be, though. I didn't want to meet him yet because I didn't want to embarrass him. You know. I think he would have grabbed me by my ears and thrown me out of the studio. Kind of coming along here. Either I can do two things to finish this. I can just dim it, you know, lower the opacity of the layer and then go in, which I may do to work it out a little better. Or I could just go in here with highlights, which is more of a painterly approach, which would be kind of, maybe I'll try that way. That's kind of fun. Hey, Derek, I think you were talking about being on your show tomorrow, maybe. Your Wednesday. Oh, wait, no. I think I might have an interview tomorrow, Wednesday, with another guy at 8. I forget what it is. But I know your show is on Wednesday. So. But I have to get on your show. How do you find out how many people are watching? This normally would be nerve-wracking, except I know all you guys, so you already know I'm an idiot, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm embarrassing myself. Harder than you think. This is actually a hard view, difficult view to draw, this particular angle. It may be tougher than to do it this way, but let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, I have a really low resolution, don't I? Shoot. Maybe I'll increase this resolution. Oh yeah, it's 72. That's no good. Let's make it 200. That'll do it. That's better. You know, I don't know if I want to copy it exactly, or maybe I do. Let's see. It's such a pain to try to copy it exactly, though. Look at that cheekbone. Frazetta was the master of shape and form. I love this shadow coming down here. You see that? How it's framing. It's defining the skull. The guy's got like almost a skull face. Man, that's cool. No better way to learn an artist than to copy him. Not even trace, copy, because then you're forced to do two things. You're forced to learn how to draw, measure with your eye. You're practicing drawing at the same time you're learning the figure, or learning the art. Yeah, his granddaughter has some covers there, and she ain't bad, but still, no, she's not. And she would tell you that she's not on the level of her grandfather. She will tell you, and I would agree, the guy was some kind of genius. I mean, the guy was freaking awesome. I kind of wonder if Conan would have been known without Frazetta. They're a perfect match. Perfect match. That's one thing to copy Frazetta, but to create an original, that's a different story. He's done all the work. Yeah, that face isn't quite as good. I'm wondering, what in the world is that? Is that part of the helmet, or is that part of his head? I think it might be part of his head, which is peculiar. Man, that's weird. Weird. Getting there, though. You're doing some Frazetta studies yourself. Yeah, there's nobody better to copy, because he managed to put together, dynamic qualities, design, color. He really was a master at everything. He could do the cartooning. I mean, is there anything he couldn't do? I don't know. Did you guys see there was a latest one I put up today was the perspective one? Boring subject, but actually really pretty important to understand how it comes together. If you look at those, they never tell you that you have to pay attention to the perspective points and how close they are together on the page. that's critical for getting that stuff right. You gotta do the boring stuff. Get to the good stuff sometimes. Which is this. This is the good stuff. Copying Frazetta. Shapes. One thing I noticed about Frazetta is these, he puts in a lot of these veins. And people neglect that. If you do them right, it really adds tremendous power and realism to your figures. And he did them right. I can't see him too well here. Let me see if I can move this guy over. So I can see a little better. That way I can move in closer, which is what I wanted. Get a little more detail. Yeah, Paulus, check out my perspective. If you're having any issues with perspective, check out and see if I explained it well, or I hope I didn't make it more confusing. But like I said, well, the thing I did at the end of the video, where I years ago, I was like, I'm trying to figure it out, so I cut a hole in a big piece of cardboard and walked around, looking at everything, looking at objects, and that sort of kicked it in the head for me. I started to get a feel for. It's like you get a feel for the figures. Well, getting a feel for perspective is also something that's interesting to do. You can actually you feel the motion of the figure. You can actually feel the depth of the perspective when you start to really kind of study it. Nothing like studying from real life. That's so critical for developing art. Okay. This is better, guys. Go figure. Mine's not too shabby, though. It's not bad. It's not disastrous or anything, which is always the fear. I don't have any fear of drawing in front of people. It doesn't bother me at all. I suck just as much as as when not doing it, but no one's watching. Thanks, Sammy. Appreciate you subbing, and yeah, I'm hoping I can keep these coming. Guys, let me know. I mean, I got ideas already just from the comment in the comment section what people are looking for. Sometimes there's things I'm thinking of, and someone makes me think, oh yeah, I could do that too. And sometimes I forget. I take things for granted. People's like perspective. Someone actually suggested that, and I thought, yeah, I'll do a perspective one. It was a pain in the butt though, because I had to draw out all that stuff, and it's funny that the fun ones, like the drawing the figures, the female figure and stuff, that was easy because I know that stuff. But things like the horses, man, that was I had to really kind of sit down and draw a lot of horses, and the hands. My hands are a lot better now. My hands and my horses are a hell of a lot better than a couple of weeks ago, frankly. Because when they say when you want to learn something, the best way to do it is try to teach it, because you find out, man, I don't want to look like an idiot trying to teach people and say I know something I don't really know exactly. Because usually when I draw a horse, I muscle my way through it. I just okay, I figure it out, draw a lot of drawings from that. I'll learn that one angle, but learning all the angles, that's different. Man, is this a cool picture? This Frazetta. Something of Torn or something. Was that the name of this piece? I think it was maybe the name of the book it was on. Citizen Ronin. All right. it's like it's funny. I gotta meet all you guys. You know, it's like it's you're always in the chat. And I always see you in the chat, and but it'd be nice to see people someday. Meet people at a convention. Maybe they're gonna go. I was thinking of that C2E2. Maybe going there. Actually, next year, I think Billy's coming to Motor City, which is near me, and so I will at least meet them there. Those guys. So they're probably a lot of fun. I mean, they're crazy to hang out with. Can't imagine what they're like to actually in real life hang out. Can you imagine hanging out with Cecil? Oh my gosh, that guy is a riot. He's so funny. Those guys are hilarious. And clever and funny. I'm not clever and funny. I can just draw. That's what I'm doing. Look at that neck. Isn't that a cool bend? They put, you know, he must have had a model. I mean, how do you even think about that? How you did that muscle there? You know, Frazetta said he didn't look at reference, but he had all those cameras. I saw pictures of him posing and stuff. I think he was using a lot more reference than he said. Fortunately, the guy was like a male model, so he could pretty much get his own personal superhero reference right there. Now that shoulder, he's putting that shoulder up higher, so I have to do that too. Thanks, Citizen. Appreciate that. I wish there was a way to get like a oil painting look sometimes with this. I'm just working in Photoshop here with standard brushes. People are always like, "What kind of brushes you use?" The round ones at the top. By the way, when you're done with this, you can kind of colorize it. Did you know? There's a color layer like this. So I could go in here, create another layer, make it, put it on the color selection, go in here. Hang on a second, I gotta create a clipping mask for that. I gotta create a color. Wait a minute, what did I do here? Wrong one. Yeah, that's the problem. I had on saturation. So you can kind of color it. But the problem is it doesn't color the white parts. So you can kind of color stuff, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It can be done, but so you'd go in here with the red too, and you know, kind of color like that. It doesn't look quite right though. I mean, you got a starting point, but I'm gonna get rid of that later. Not interested. Oh, what did I do? I colored the guy actually accidentally, I think. Oops. Oops. Let me show you how to master Photoshop it. This is how I normally screw everything up. All right. Kyle's Brushes has a good set of oil brushes. Yeah, I don't. Who's Kyle? Kyle Ritter? Okay. See, this is not. Oh, you know what? You ever see this thing, man? This filter, liquefy. I use this sometimes. It's great. Okay, so I noticed something. I have a little problem here. So you go into liquefy filter in your filter, and then you can just move something. Oh, that was. I want to move it up a little bit. Look at that. Move that and there, and maybe this here, and I don't know that. It's so cool. Photoshop is amazing. It's such a crutch. So much more easy to draw on it, but more difficult in other ways. I wonder if I should just be painting this. Heck, why am I doing it in black and white? Go ahead and duplicate the painting. Be kind of cool. My Photoshop seems kind of sluggish. I wonder if it's because I'm doing live streaming and Cal T. Webster. Who is he? What is he like? What kind of illustrator is he? Is he a concept illustrator, perhaps, or something like that? Or one of those guys? Those guys are so good. Have you guys seen? Oh man, you go on Pinterest. I want to look at some fantastic. I think some of the greatest artwork in the world right now is being done by concept artists. It's just this stuff's beautiful, just freaking amazing. You notice I'm using a lot of just really pretty basic colors on this, and because really the truth is all you really need is 3 colors to do painting. I knew a guy once who he did all of his paintings with a bucket of yellow, a bucket of red, and a bucket of blue, because those are all the colors all come from those colors. So you put a little bit of blue on something, then next thing you know, you put a little bit of red on it, and it's brown. And then a lot of times once you got your colors down, you can do the eyedropper. My finger's always on the Option key. Pulling those colors right from the other section of the painting, instead of having to go over to your color palette. It's taking a while to do this. Well, it's such a difficult, view. When I get into it, man, it's like I'm in the zone. He's been featured in the New Yorker. Okay. Yeah, there's a. I've tried to kind of. There are brushes in Photoshop that say for like oil brushes and stuff, but they don't really work for me. I honestly, just the simple brushes for me just really kind of kicks it in the head. I can, because when you're zooming in on something, I mean, it's just a matter of put in the right color in the right place. If you wanted to, put some details, then you get a thinner brush, and just you could do this, scribble like that. Get super detailed, and then when you pull back, it appears to be texture. Like, hey, let me show you something. Actually, it's kind of cool now that I'm thinking about it. I gotta find the Count Menace stuff. But I could show you how I do leather, things like that. Let's see. I can open this with 2023, and hopefully you'll be able to see it pop up here. Why didn't that work? Let's try it again. I don't know what's going on. It's reading it. Hanging, bear with me, folks. Oh, I got the wrong program opened. That is not the one we want to use. Give it that one. Let's try just opening up in the regular. Looks like it's going to do it this time. Come on, buddy. There it is. Okay. I hope. Let's see if you guys can see it. I got to check on it. Okay, you're looking at it. Good. Okay, so look at this. Look at that leather. That's kind of cool, right? Looks realistic. Got some scratches on the leather. Look what it really is when you get zoomed in on it. I shaded that, and I hit it with just a quick scratches. But when you pull back, it looks like textured leather. And that's the thing that's what I don't really concern myself with brushes, because I can get any texture I want, with just knowing how to paint something, how it's going to look when you pull back from it. That'll when that prints. I mean, this is pretty small. All these details here, it looks like crap, But the reality, actually, I did this piece in a day and a half. They asked me to, it was kind of a rush job. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's so Wrightson, that's a Frazetta. Talk about Frazetta. That's a Frazetta Wrightson coloring job, with the blues here and the reds and the yellows and greens. I love doing that stuff. It's so much fun. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program here. Okay, this looks good. Ish. Okay, I think I need to pull some fresh color in here. Another thing you can do when you're painting stuff is kind of just go over here and throw in some color swatches. I've seen other artists do this too. Then you don't have to go all the way over to your color palette. And you just use your eyedropper and go in here and play around with that stuff. I think I'm going to get a green here, blue-green. That's kind of cool too. So I'm really just using these simple colors. Want to cool it down a little bit. Maybe I like that more flaming. I'm looking too at a really low resolution copy, which that's the thing that's the biggest crime with these people stealing this damn thing is now you can't see it. You can't see the high resolution of it. Whoever's got this painting, you better damn well get it back to the public. Get it back to the Frazetta rightful owners. So the people can see it. It belongs in a museum. I'm copying the low resolution quality of it. That's the only problem. It would be so cool to see what this looks like. All the textures and stuff. People have said, by the way, I've never seen a Frazetta in real life. And I really should. All right. I'm not going to take this too much farther, guys, because my wife just pulled in. She doesn't know I'm on the computer. Don't tell her. Now we're going to probably eat dinner. But I love Frazetta. If you guys, if I could just do a channel of just copying Frazetta, that's all. I do that all day long. It's so much fun. I love drawing this stuff. Now with this, I'm not going to do a dark background, so I'm going to darken the edges a little bit. So it pops off. But I don't know. It's not that bad. That's cool. Fun. She doesn't know I'm an artist. Shh. Don't say anything. You know, she thinks I'm out there an accountant, you know. Well, she knows that because there's no money. Oh, she knows I'm an artist. All right. Okay. It's interesting. Very interesting. All right. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. Like it. I just like the faces. That's just so cool. And the way this helmet comes in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's cool. He does metal really, really well. And he has look at this hot spot shine. That's cool, Zach. It's metal. Yeah, that's right. Metal. Yeah, that's cool. All right, mine doesn't look too bad. That's what I was hoping that I would butcher it too badly. It doesn't appear to be. So you can kind of get that feel of an oil painting, like I say, because the way this stuff works is you lay, you know, the way Photoshop works, it lays colors over each other, and it's so much like oil painting. I never did a lot of oil painting, but I know a little bit about it. You know, I've done a little bit of it, and so I know just a little bit of the feel of it. It's actually, I mean, really, it's a great medium. It's just for skin especially. It just lends itself. It's because of the transparent quality of it. It lends itself to skin. just try this shoulder a little bit. See what it, so you can go in there with a little bit of yellow. Just floating some yellow over it. Take a little bit of red. Let that gray, black shine right through. Just like oils. Then maybe touch it with a bit of blue. Oh no, I'm sounding like Bob Ross. Holy shit. A little happy blue there. I really need to get somebody on this show with me though, because I feel like I'm talking to myself too much. Even though I can see you guys in the chat, and I know you hear me, I can't hear you, and it drives me. It's kind of weird. You should try this sometime. This is really strange. This is first live stream, guys. Right now, this is it. So I'm a live stream version. Oh my gosh. But I thought I'd try it, see how it goes. And it is interesting. All right, that's cool. I have to kind of move this over though to get even. Hang on. Or move over. Maybe I'll move over this part. See that arm a little better now. Man, look at that. Look at that tendon. Oh my gosh. He painted that sucker so cool. Oh, this guy's so fucking, shouldn't swear. So gosh darn it good at his drawing. He's an excellent drawer. Now, should I swear my own chin? I don't know. Probably not. PG rated. Thanks, Barrett. Of course, this is the great Frazetta that I am copying. As I said before, best way to learn. Copy people, other guys. That is so great for. There was a guy when I was in art school. I remember I read an article. This guy, a designer named Milton Glaser, and he said, "Copy, copy, 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 and don't worry about being a clone of somebody, because your own style will naturally emerge. Just copy what you love. Copy the crap out of it." Because that's what happens. You look at Sienkiewicz. He copied Neil Adams at first. Now Neil Adams was copying advertising artwork. You look at Mobius. He was looking at Hergé. If I'm saying it right, I don't know, and Winsor McKay. You can absolutely see that stuff in there, and he copied that, and he got good. He didn't worry about being a clone. So copy everybody you like, and it'll start to you won't be the same. Don't worry about it. Because you'll start to do what you do is you put other people, because you will like other artists too, and you'll put those artists together with your art. So I'm just pulling color now from my eyedropper from other sections of the painting. Super easy. And fast. I'm trigger happy. I got my finger on the actually I need a good black area here. Let's put something like that. Okay. All right. Not too bad. Let me try. One thing I like to do is flip things. Man, this is the best thing in Photoshop because in the real world you gotta paper you gotta rotate it. I mean you gotta use a mirror, and that doesn't work good but see I can actually flip it, work on it now on this side and correct the flaws. Oh, it's so useful. So incredible as a tool. So I can see little mistakes I made. Just touches. I can work on it. Okay, yeah, this looks like it should come out a little more like that. Yeah, I love Frazetta. Of course, I got a couple of Death Dealer. I did one Death Dealer cover for for the Opus Comics for Frazetta people. That's Sarah. And I did 2 Dawn Attack covers. I did what's the one with the alien they have too? I did that on one of those, but they didn't seem to be interested in that one so much. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay. See, now looking at it, I think I might just add some little more color or something here. Just, even though it's not quite on the original. I'm trying to guess too what it looks like in reality, because it's again, this painting doesn't it exists somewhere, but doesn't exist in any museum or in the possession of anybody public. Boy, I hope it's not destroyed though. That would really be a bite. Okay, let's see. I got this arm, and I got that arm. I think I'm gonna just finish this up by just trying this arm. If I can get this arm right, I will be happy with this particular study. Consider it successful at a certain point. Oh, you know what? Professional is coming on. I got to get out of here because I don't want to. Actually want to see that show, you guys. And the question tonight is art school worth it? And it may or may not be. It depends on what you're studying. It depends on the art school too. I tell you what's worth it though is my tutorials, which is a little bit of an art school. It's actually what I'm doing with my tutorials. It's an art class. It's an arts. It would probably cost you a lot of money to get that sort of instructions somewhere. So I'm giving it away for free because I feel like it. So I hope you guys enjoy those things. I'm having a good time doing them, so it's a lot of fun. That is the back of his. Oh, I see. It's the back of his back. I'm not doing it the back right. Well, oops. That's all right. I'm doing my own thing a little bit here. The main thing I'm interested in that is that arm, though. He's got a highlight here on the elbow, which is really cool. Yeah, it depends on the school. Exactly. Depends on the school. Depends on the teacher, even. Get a good teacher. And then, of course, you could go to art school and then AI just replaces everything. Yeah, like, son of a... You draw for 30 years. I've been a pro for 37 years, I think. And then AI comes and just could do it in like 2 seconds. Like, what? The son of a... But... I think it's going to be a little while before AI can quite do really creative stuff, though. That's the thing, is the creativity. Or, as somebody might suggest, as it gets more sophisticated, it may end up picking up all the flaws, because it can't tell what's good art and what's bad art. It's just a computer. So it may start just, doing weird stuff. Junk. Yeah, Andy's channel, Paulus, they're starting up right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get out of here just now because I don't want to miss it, frankly. So let me spin this back. Maybe I'll do the rest of this later on or something tonight. But it's a freaking fun to do. It's so cool to copy Frazetta. Look at my guy; it's a little different though. His is kind of set back. Mine's leaning in a little bit more. It looks like I made the head a little bit too big. See, I zoomed in and I started working. I often will do that. The cool part is I can just select this whole thing and make it smaller. Like this, you just go in here, zip, around here. This is what another thing that's so great about Photoshop. Oh my gosh, you're like, okay, there you go. That's right. Incredible. Love Photoshop. Okay, guys. Let me see what's going on here. 20 people watching. Oh, cool. Thank you guys for showing up. And we'll go over to Andy's channel, Andy Smith's channel, and check out their show tonight with the professionals. Those guys are awesome. They're all a lot of fun, and I always get a kick out of them. So thanks for checking in, and see you the next time.